3 questions to ask before buying a used car. Hello and welcome to episode 62 of Throwing Your Parents Under the Bus. I'm Jane Ubel, and of course, with us today is veteran crash investigator and driver safety expert Mike Peel.
And hi, folks.
Oh, hello. Yes, thanks, Mike.
Hi.
He's eager today. Hello.
Yes, I love it. Okay. And of course, we are happy to have Natasha up and out and whatever. Still good.
Still doing good.
Still good. Okay. She is the keeper of our enrichments and our graphic guru. But today she's going to give questions to Mike to help us out.
Yes. So Elena from Stewartville, Minnesota has some questions. Dear Mike, I talked to a dealership in my district and noticed these were some top priorities in regards to buying a used car. Number 1, does it have any leakage? This can cause burning of oil and any other fluids. Number 2, is there any sign of previous damage? The dents can cause a reduced protection if you were to get in a crash. And number 3, the gas mileage. This is going to save you money in the long run, which will become very helpful. These are what she noticed as important.
Okay, so great observation, Elena. I mean, guys, look at it. We got people paying attention in classroom again. I just like this. See?
We like our students.
Just a couple months later, they decide to go to a dealership and mess with them. mess with them. So anyway, yeah, you guys, you know what? You always look under a car before you buy a used car. How long has it been sitting there? You can't hide leaks. You can't hide them. So if you look at where the car's been parked, if there's leaks, you probably don't want it because it costs a lot of money to tear engines apart, especially in newer cars, to fix a little tiny drip. And that drip's going to get worse and worse and worse. So, and you know what? For you young people, your dad and mom, especially your dad, does not want big oil or antifreeze or transmission fluid, power steering fluid. They don't want all that mess in the driveway because you have to clean that up with gas, and now you got a different spot. It doesn't match the concrete or the blacktop anymore, and it actually, some of that stuff will actually even eat away the blacktop. So yes, good question. Always look for the leakage, okay? And dealerships will let you drive the car, so you can take drive that car off of its parking spot, get out and go look. And keep in mind, if the air conditioner has been running, you're going to have a puddle of water. But all you have to do is take your finger, all right, and then take it and feel the wet spot. And if it's any kind of fluid from the car, it will be slippery. So oil, transmission fluid, power steering fluid, antifreeze. It's not going to be like water is tight. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm going to just say one thing about that. One of my first cars was a Bonneville, and every time I had to get gas, I had to fill it with oil.
Oh, geez, see. Yeah.
I was in college, so it wasn't at my parents' house that I know. So I don't remember that happening, but that just, I didn't ask that question, obviously.
So, Alana,
Sorry.
as we talk right now, matter of fact, I'm having something done on my garage floor right now. And the person that came yesterday to do that work, I noticed when they left, this morning, I noticed there's a big pile of oil on my damn driveway. And I'm not
I
happy.
sensed a little bit of a touchy subject when you were talking about the spot.
Yeah, I'm not happy because now because it's there. I have a concrete driveway. You can't get an oil spot
And
off
I'm
it.
sure it was pristine before. I
Of
know your car.
course.
I know you.
Dang it. So I always say to my friends, when my friends come over, where should I park? First question I ask, does your car leak oil? Well, park in the driveway. It's good.
Yeah.
Your car leaks oil.
Otherwise on the street.
Stay on the blacktop. Stay over there. Yeah. Don't even think about making a mess out of this. So anyway, so people are going, when you buy a leaky car and you go over to a friend's house, I mean, I couldn't even imagine, and this is not me, but can you imagine going over to, I I have a student that just put $100,000 driveway in of pavers.
Oh,
Cost $100,000 for their driveway. I am not going to be the one to spot that baby up because I would guess the owner of that house, dad or mom, would be very unhappy if you pulled in there and dropped a quart of oil. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
'Cause it doesn't go
Yep.
away, guys. It's a stain. It doesn't go away. So unless you want to pre-stain the whole driveway, then it's a mess. So don't do it. Don't buy it. Okay. So easy. That's just easy. Don't buy it. Well, it goes through a little oil. Well, okay. So now I'm going to spend $4 every other day on oil, right? Jane, at least back then it was like 28
Yeah,
cents a
right,
quart.
right. But as
So,
a broke college student, it was a lot, but
right. There you
it was a
go.
very inexpensive car.
Right. Okay, and then number two there, she said, and then the dent could cause a safety issue if I was in a crash. Dents don't do that, guys. If the unibody of the underneath of the car is ever crashed in a severe crash, rear end, T-bone, head on, and that frame has been messed with, that's when the crash worthiness of that car is not worthy anymore. Okay. If there has to be some welding in your underneath there, a dent is not going to affect it. But that brings us back to this. If you're buying a car from a dealership, you always ask for the Carfax, make them pay for it. If you're buying a car from a person, request a Carfax or you pay the $25 to do it. All
It's
right.
worth it. It would that
The
thing.
$25 for that Carfax, guys, I think it's still $25, but the $25 can save you thousands and thousands. And all you'd have to do is ask that owner, do you have a copy of the Carfax on this car? And if they don't, say, well, then I'm not interested because don't buy it. If you don't know them, don't buy a car, don't buy something. Um, that you don't know what the future is going to bring. That's a bad investment. But to do that Carfax, all you got to do is the VIN numbers outside the car. If you look down through the windshield, it's stamped right in the top of the dashboard outside, or you can open the car door on the left side, and it should be right in that a sticker there with that thing. And then it's a very simple. You can go Carfax.com and they'll ask for the year of the car and the VIN number, and they'll give you every little insurance claim that's been on that. And if it was a totaled car before, it'll actually show that it is now a salvage title. All right. So there's new cars out there, people that have what they call salvage title. So if you're buying let's say a 19 or a 2025 car that's 15 or $20,000 cheaper than the dealership is selling it for, that car's been in an accident. It's got what they call a salvage title. Your insurance company is not going to probably cover that for collision and comprehensive because the whole design of the car has been messed with. It's been redone, refabricated. All right. It's not worthy anymore. That's why these people buy these totaled out cars from car crashes and they rebuild them because they can get a really nice car for really cheap, but somebody else pays the price in the end for that. So, um, that's my opinion on that. So Carfax will save that. The dent is an easy fix. Make them fix it. Or if you want to look at a dent, I guess that's up to you. If there's a couple door dings in it, whatever. Gas mileage, young men out there and even young ladies. I can't believe the young ladies that want pickups now, man. Remember this, if you are in a cold climate state that gets frost, snow, that stuff, when you buy a pickup, guys, even though it's a four-wheel drive, it's not four-wheel drive until you put it in four-wheel drive. I call them a one-wheel wonder. And they're very light in the back and they spin out very easy and they don't stop well. And everybody, well, I'll put a couple sandbags in the back. Okay, so now you just put 80 pounds back there. Big deal. Okay. So just remember that. A good all-wheel drive car, if you live in winter climates, is the way to go, all-wheel drive. Because these new cars have a differential slip in them that when the car feels the slip, it kicks in the tire and it makes it where you can't lose control of it. So I love it. I like pickups too, guys, but guess what? You need to be a better driver in a pickup. I'm just telling you that. You need to be smarter than smart, because pickups in snow are never good unless you push the button for four-wheel drive. So keep that in mind. And then if you take a pickup and then you don't have good tires on the back, it even makes it worse. Okay. So again, the gas mileage is why we talked about this. Gas mileage on a truck is 8 to 12 miles to the gallon. So if you do the math on 10,000 miles, at let's just say $3 a gallon, which is cheap, and that would be pretty cheap in our state, Minnesota. I just paid $2.49 yesterday for it, and I can't believe I did that. But anyway, if you do the math on that at 10 miles to the gallon, 10,000 miles, you're going to do 100 gallons. 100 gallons times $3 is $300. You do that same math on, let's say, a Ford Escape that gets 35 miles to the gallon. They're going to do 35 miles to go 10,000 miles. You're going to go through, I'm trying to do the quick math. Anyway,
100 miles, did you say?
yeah, well, every 100 miles,
Yes.
every 100 miles is going to cost you about 2.5 gallons. So 10,000 miles you're going to go through, it's going to be about 20 gallons. You're going to save a lot of money. So, so anyway, gas mileage is huge. But, I get it. There's pros and cons. Do you want to save money on gas? If you do, get a gas mileage car. If you want to look cool and be rough riding, then get a truck. Get a truck. And I'm not going to tell you either way, but I'm just saying, I try and tell my male students when I say, so what are you going to get for a car? I already got to pick up. I'm working on it in the garage right now. Good. Okay, so listen, you're not doing any lessons in the wintertime. And I can't help you with that, but I before you jump in that truck with no experience driving in snow in that truck, I want you to know you're a disaster waiting to happen in the ditch. And hopefully when you spin out, there's not going to be a car coming at you. So I always suggest, parents, if your son or daughter has never driven on snow or ice, do not let them do it on their own the first time. They will crash. They will be in the ditch. You take them to a parking lot, and we do this in our curriculum. You go into a parking lot, you need to make them try and lose control of that car. And that's how you gain respect for that. So there you go.
Well, that was a lot of information and good stuff.
Yes.
So we appreciate Elena for giving us those questions
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
and you answering them. So we appreciate that a lot. And we also appreciate all of you who are watching today. And we hope that you will spread the word for us. And we hope that you have learned some things. And if you want to, you can, right below, you'll see some links that you can use to get a hold of us, either to tell some stories for us or to watch other podcasts for us. And of course, until next time, we want to say,
drive safe.
Ride safe.
.com.
Have a great one, everybody. Thanks for coming.
See you later.